Hi, Eugene. How you doing
John,
today,
I'm
man?
doing great, man. Good to see you.
So thank you for being with us, doing real estate, and you're a busy man, right?
Absolutely.
Tell me about your background.
I'm from New York, Queens, New York. I'm Italian-Irish. Grew up with three sisters. It was an interesting childhood. Went through a lot of struggle. Probably evicted around 20 times growing up. Went to the Army Reserves right out of high school and became a stockbroker after that. Worked on Wall Street, worked on Long Island. I've been a realtor for now 5 years, real estate agent out here in Brevard County, and it's been amazing.
You would come up with excuses. If you wanted to fail, you could have used as an excuse. What was the flame? What got you into, like, hey, I'm a successful man, gonna get out of this background?
Well, I think it started with the fact that if you've been evicted many times, you really don't have money for sneakers and clothes. Just I had a couple of really good friends. They took me in, and so by not having to be around that every day, it never got to be a habitual thing. I changed my environment. I just continued to work from there on, knowing I can earn stuff on my own. So you're either putting in the work, whether it's speaking to people or sitting down and having a strategy, figuring out your plan, or working on complaining. Okay, and so if you see that your day is, you're not getting any real productivity done or even putting in that effort, but then you compare to how many times you're complaining in a day or a week or a month or a year, you are working. But when you work as a complainer, nobody's paying you for that. If anything, people are going to get away from you if you do that.
If you're complaining, right? It's like you have movement, but you have stationary movement. It's like running in a treadmill, right? You're running, you can run 5 miles, but you stay in the same location, right? I love that statement about if you either work in complaining or work on working, right? And I love that.
Get the mindset out about I'm out of shape, I'm weak. Just going there every day, starting with your mind and trying to have a positive thing. And I think having tunnel vision. The thing is that we have to actually listen to the positive thoughts and just hear the negative thoughts, because they're going to come. And so you're going to hear them. You cannot control that you don't hear them. What you can't let them do is start taking up rent in your brain, because then it's going to affect your daily activities out there. So like I said, right now I have a lot of positive thoughts, but we're just one decision away where then out of nowhere some negative thoughts can creep in. And so it's going to happen again. I know it's going to happen to me and happen to everybody else in the future, but just don't take it for more than just thoughts coming in. Let them come in and come out. Like a revolving door.
So basically, invest your time in the positivity that comes to you, and learn to, maybe you can say, quiet that negative voice in your head.
Yeah, because another thing is energy, right? If I'm thinking positive more, and it's going to come in my physical movement, the way I walk around, the way I act. And so if you listen to those, it's going to change everything. It's going to manifest into positive things. But if you start listening to the negative things and you let it really just sink in, sooner or later your physiology of it, it's going to radiate.
So keeping that positive mindset basically help you to project that into this world, this realm, and you are able then to grow out of it.
Happiness comes in a lot of different ways, and I think that has helped me take out the negative thoughts while I'm continuing to work forward. Yeah.
Sometimes we can go 60 miles an hour, sometimes we can only go 5 miles an hour, but it is super important to continue that forward momentum regardless of the speed. It's okay sometimes, I believe, that we can slow down maybe reassess what's going on, and then continue to go back to the 60 miles an hour. But in the meantime, you didn't stop. You didn't put on parking. You didn't put on reverse. I have preached for years that we need to be original, be yourself. But you mentioned something that was a little like, wow. And then when I listened to the context, I actually agree. The term copycat. Can you elaborate?
I mean, there's a saying, don't try to reinvent the wheel. And so at the end of the day, every day there's a new way to generate leads. There's a new ways to monetize videos. But at the end of the day, I think somebody starting in any business new, try to find somebody within reach of you, whether a friend or a coworker, and copy what they're doing. Right? If they're successful, why aren't you hanging on to that? For example, yes, I'm not saying don't pay attention to the new things. That definitely helps in this day and age. But like I said, right, if somebody complains, oh, I'm in a bad area, I don't get good internet service. People were selling real estate 60 years ago without an internet, right? So when people complain about things, you go back to the Depression. That's a time to actually complain about stuff. That's when people's back were up against the wall. They had to, just surviving, they had to put a lot of effort into it. When things get slower, when things get bad, I don't give up.
Consistency, discipline, regardless of the results. So those guys that you said that, hey, they apply your advice for 4 days, they don't get results, and they just stop. So the consistency is like trying to build a six-pack, right? You can get it in 4 days. You have to, I don't know, you have one?
No, absolutely not. Six-pack of beer maybe later.
But I think the consistency that goes with this, so you can have the best advice, you can have a sit down with the one of the top 5 millionaires in the world, and they can give you the key of heaven. But if you don't apply that with consistency, you defeat the purpose, right? If you got the best advice ever, then you didn't do anything about it. So as a consequence, you failed. People are having issues being consistent, not necessarily because they're not, but they're being indoctrinated into getting everything quick.
We are the tool, and the positive thing, we are the ones that can fix everything. What everybody has decided to do is now make the phone, the tablet, their tool, when they've really lost the big picture that it's you they're working with. It's you that's going to be the best at it. The compass for Christopher Columbus helped him navigate where he needed to go, but you still needed that work effort, navigating the ship and getting there. And so we are the most important component, not the phone. I am the main person behind it. I am the one that's going to make things either succeed or fail. In the beginning, I knew to look at what people were doing and do what they're doing. And then over time, by doing that, then you start through different experiences, building out the character of who you are. And that's when you're doing that for multiple years, and now people understand who you are, and you understand who you are, the value proposition is going to attract even more people who want to do business with you. Tony Robbins learned stuff from Napoleon Hill. There's going to be people that learn stuff from Tony Robbins. Same thing in our business.
I'm not the same person before I joined the military, or like you give that as an example, when you join the real estate business. We evolve every year, and we learn, positive or negative, we learn from it. We evolve, we absorb those things. And I think the key of all this is learning to absorb the positive, apply that to the next day, and then we just continuously grow in a good way. Maybe it's okay to carry you a short period of time, maybe for, hey, this is what you got to do. That's it. And then the person needs to have the will inside, that daily decision inside, because at the end of the day, I think it's a very personal choice that people need to make.
I think that carrying in the beginning is a really good thing, right? Because that person that's actually going out there needs to feel like they have some type of support. We all need some type of support. And then really, if we just carry them in the beginning, the big key with everybody starting in any business or any venture is go really hard in the beginning, because different people are motivated by different things. But I'll tell you what, in the beginning, if they start getting little accomplishments, okay, then you no longer need to carry them, right? Some people need to see some successes, as minor as they will be, and then having to carry them goes away, because then they realize, wow, this isn't as hard as I thought it was.
Working.
They need those little successes.
They continue that forward momentum. That's an amazing mindset.
It's like a kid riding a bike, right? And on train, hey, you're holding them, and then all of a sudden, no, Dad, I don't need you to hold me anymore. That's amazing.
This is the guy that we call Eugene Crockett, the Rocket. He's in Brevard County, and he's an amazing real estate agent. So if you guys want to reach out, I'm gonna leave the info below. But thank you for being with us, man.
Thank
It's
you,
an amazing
brother.
opportunity, brother.
You want to tell them how we met?
So originally I reached out because it was a military mission and I wanted to buy a house. He traveled from house to house. He was patient, he was committed, and at the end of the day, we got the right house at the right price. As a matter of fact, $10,000 under the asking price. All of this happened while I was gone. I literally signed paperwork away from home. When I came back from the mission, we became good friends, and thank you for being with us, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for your service in the past, present, future, everything you do.
Appreciate it. If y'all are wondering where we're sitting right now, this is an amazing spot. It's called the 9/11 Memorial in Lamar County,
Yeah, the avenues.
So I might show you around after this video. Grab the camera and show you around. But they have the fire rescue, the YPD, and a bunch of signs with different stuff and the flags above our head right now.
We have actual rebar steel from 9/11
Yes.
right here.